What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have a very interesting and unique team here from Nubboy9914, so shout out to this trainer. We have a Tropius Shadow Gyarados core along with a Shadow Tentacruel safe swap here. Now obviously there's going to be some concerns about Lantern or any type of electric damage, right, because of the no resistances here. But ultimately Tropius does really well against those by having that grass typing to help make it neutral and its added bulk. And what's great about Shadow Tentacruel as well as a safe swap is it's always going to draw out the Lantern if it is back there. So let's see what Shadow Gyarados can do here in the Spring Cup. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, getting into the first battle. Now, Shadow Gyarados, obviously pretty spicy and fun to use. I know the Master Premier Cup and Ultra League Premier Cup this season is going to be a great time to try that out. But let's see what it can do here in the Spring Cup. Alright, game one, we have Tropius on the lead versus Empoleon. Now, this is an interesting matchup. Drill Peck still does a lot of super effective, or neutral damage, I should say. As you guys can see, it's adding up. So in terms of fast to charge moves right now, the Empoleon can really outpace. As a Drill Peck is going to land, they're going to go ahead and let that go. But maybe they're reading a potential double grass in the back, and maybe they want to keep the Tentacruel maybe a bit healthy here, as we will see a race to the second Leaf Blade, and they do get there in time. This is what's awesome about Tropius, is the ability to spam these hard-hitting charge moves like Leaf Blade now against the Empoleon. Able to get a shield as well, so that's going to be very advantageous for them. The Empoleon risking it all for the full farm down, but at the last second going for the Drill Peck here. And they do decide to shield. They have the energy now for Leaf Blade, and they get it. And sure enough, there is an Abomasnow in the back. So they're going to go ahead and throw this Leaf Blade, and then we will see the Tentacruel come in, as Poison Jab is super effective damage, and this is a lot. So they're going to go ahead and probably they're going to go ahead and no shield. Even though this is going to be Energy Ball, it's only neutral damage, right? That's what's beautiful about Tentacruel in this meta, is it's going to be able to survive things that most of the other waters can't. Now we do see a full farm down right there. Wouldn't be surprised if Empoleon comes in trying to get a Drill Peck through, but unfortunately it's going to be met with an Acid Spray right away. Now, we gotta see what the final Pokemon in the back is gonna be, but it's gonna be Shadow Gyarados that they are giving the final shield to, as they will let the Tentacruel go down. In comes Shadow Gyarados. What is it gonna be in the back? We see the full farm down there with Dragon Breath. Final Pokemon is gonna be a Trevenant. This is where things get very interesting, because Crunch is the charge move to look out for. Aqua Tail now coming through, hoping to get that final shield from the opponent. They get it! It is now gonna be a race. Double Seed Bomb versus the Crunch. Will they get it in time? No! The Gyarados gets to the Crunch, winning charge attack priority, and this is going to be a boom. Good game, very well played. Clean ending right there. Beautiful. All right. Moving to the next ball. I think these are just a straight set submission. So we're going to have to see what these next battles have in store for us, as this is going to be full Q times. Oh, Big ML. Okay. I believe that is the Twitch content creator. Abomasnow here on the lead, so terrible lead. Let's see what this team can do. Obviously going into the Tentacruel, and they do draw out Jellicent. This is a really hard combination, or a core to face off against if you are a Tropius and Tentacruel early mid-game dynamic, because the Jellicent just resists those Poison Jabs, Scald, and Acid Spray, right? But what's cool about Tentacruel is they can force a switch potentially if they decide to go deep into two shields, and the opponent decides obviously to let some of these charge moves go through, because Scald is still going to do a lot of damage. Now, do they want switch in this situation? I don't think so. I think the play right here is to let this go and come in with Tropius to load up on energy, and that's what we're seeing. They're going to go ahead and let the Shadow Ball go through. Tentacruel still hangs on. Beautiful. Now, Tropius has an opportunity here to get a lot of energy with Air Slash, to have an Aerial Ace ready to go for the Abomasnow. It's still weak, right, to the flying type charge moves, and then we will see that Shadow Gyarados likely come in. Hopefully there is no Lantern in the back, otherwise it's just basically a triple hard counter here. Let's see what happens. Abomasnow comes in, they go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace, and then we will see a fast swap into the Shadow Gyarados, as they will... Oh, they're deciding to stay in. Interesting. They're going to let the energy go through. Yeah. They are fully trusting in Shadow Gyarados here to win the game. Obviously, if it's Lantern in the back, it's game over. Let's find out. It's going to be Poliwrath. Okay, this is still going to be a close one, but unfortunately, Shadow Gyarados is doing resisted damage with both Crunch and Aqua Tail. Dragon Breath is really the only power here that Gyarados has in the Poliwrath matchup because of that water fighting typing, and Poliwrath does have access to Icy Wind, which is still neutral damage and applying that attack debuff, which is going to make Shadow Gyarados just that much worse in this matchup, and I think Shadow Gyarados is just not going to make it there in time. Aqua Tail, they are able to get to it, but because of Icy Wind and the resistances here, it's not going to be enough to KO, and Poliwrath is going to go ahead and take that. So good game, very well played. Abomasnow Jellicent is a really tough combination to overcome. They had a close one there at the end, but good game regardless. All right, moving into the next one. Here we go. Let's see how this plays out. Shadow Gyarados, always a fun Pokemon to use, fan favorite, and it gets its play in some specialty cups, as we do see Ferrothorn here on the lead. Now, typically in this meta, what we do see is grass double water, water double grass. So there is going to be the Quillfish that decides to come in. Now, Quillfish has access to Ice Beam, so they're going to want to watch out for that as they do go for Leaf Blade here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Tentacruel swap in to this matchup. Yep, the Tentacruel is going to swap in. It's going to be able to easily resist the charge moves here from the Quillfish as they go ahead and let the first one go through. It is going to be Sludge Wave. A lot of damage still resisted though, and they're going to be able to farm down. And they have a lot of energy here to fire right back or apply some debuffs. Let's see what they decide to do. Ferrothorn is that kind of Pokemon where if you start adding up these acid sprays, those defenses, that neutral resistance, or the neutral damage that it would take from Tropius, is now going to start ramping up, which is going to be very cool to see as they decide to go, ooh, they almost got the ability to get the Scald off right there. Question is, no, they're going to go ahead and no shield. So could have gotten away with an acid spray, but the opponent decided to throw, and that is fine. Tropius now can come in, but there is a grass in the, or a water in the back most likely, so let's see what they decide to do. They come in with Tropius, and it is going to be a Pelipper versus Shadow Gyarados. So it is going to be the double water combination, but Dragon Breath is just so much better than Wing Attack in terms of damage output, right? Especially from a Shadow Gyarados, as Aqua Tail here is going to be getting a shield. Now, this is going to be a spam of Aqua Tail and Weather Ball, and ultimately, this is going to come down to, I believe, Tropius probably keeping one shield. I don't imagine, oh, they're going to go ahead and double shield the Gyarados. They don't want to mess around. They want to take out this Pelipper and Dragon Breath it down. I think they do get to another Weather Ball in time. They're going to go ahead and throw the Aqua Tail before it can. And now Ferrothorn's going to be stuck between a Flying Water Serpent and a Flying Dinosaur, right? It's gonna have to commit to the farm down, but they decide to bank the Crunch. That is huge. That is the type of damage that can KO the Ferrothorn at these health levels, as they're gonna go ahead and let the Flash Cannon, well, they have to let the Flash Cannon go through, but they're gonna try to get this Aerial Ace off, which is gonna be forcing the final shield of this game, and that Gyarados is extremely, extremely close, or it has the Crunch ready to go. I don't know if they had enough energy, but the opponent decides to surrender nonetheless, so that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, moving into the next one. So far, so good. This team does seem to have a lot of play. I think the Lantern is going to be troublesome for it, but ultimately, if the Tentacruel gets it out onto the field, I think it's good to be there's the Lantern. It's good to be Gyarados in that situation. So this is the kind of matchup that you want, and we do see a swap out into Dugong. So they're going to go ahead and come in with Tentacruel, and this is kind of a tough situation to be in, where Dugong is going to be doing super effective damage with Drill Run. Same energy as Icy Wind, so it could be a bait. No, it is going to be the Drill Run right there. And now they're going to be looking to go for maybe, yeah, they're going to go ahead and go for Acid Spray. This is a matchup where you want to take Hard Switch, and you want to be able to have energy on the back end for Lantern, so you can do some great damage against it. So that matchup against Tropius is a lot better with no shields remaining, as they will give up the final shield to Drill Run. And now Dugong right here, I think there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. They do get the full farm down. So because they are in the 0-2 situation, this is worth it to maintain switch, obviously, with the Shadow Gyarados in the back, but hopefully the Tentacruel here is going to be able to apply enough pressure to start getting resources here from Lantern. They do need to fear the Scald now that an Acid Spray has landed, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a shield here. We didn't. Very... Trevenant now comes in, so they're going to go ahead and load up and go for another Acid Spray. This Trevenant does have 2 shields, and they have the potential to load up on energy. So they're going to go ahead and swap into Gyarados now, and we will see the Trevenant look to go for likely a Shadow Ball. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for Seed Bomb, though. No, they do go for the Shadow Ball. Boom! Shadow Gyarados goes down, and now it is up to Tropius, unfortunately, to try to win this game. They should be able to get the farm down with Air Slash, which they do. Lantern has energy. 2-0 shields. This is where things get very dangerous, and this is where having the Tentacruel as a safe swap in the back to catch a charge move is gonna be crucial, as the Thunderbolt now is gonna be coming through. And if they can time this correctly, they should be able to catch the second Thunderbolt. Here comes the Leaf Blade, and now it is gonna come down to the catch. Can this trainer catch the Thunderbolt? Let's find out. Second shield gone. Here we go. 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 There it is! Yes! Able to catch it, predicting that the opponent would throw on charge attack priority. Thunderbolt, boom, hits the Tentacruel, and they do have the Leaf Blade ready to go, and that is going to be a good game. Very good catch right there from the Tropius, or from the Tentacruel, I should say. Hats off to that Pokemon, right? Sacrificing itself. So good game. All right. Nubboy doing pretty well here with this team. Let's see how the next battle goes. So as you guys have seen, like, Lantern teams, like I said before, are going to be tough. But it's going to be teamwork that allows you to overcome them. Sacrificial swaps, maintaining switch advantage, softening it up with Acid Spray, maybe even landing a Scald. That's going to be a lot of free damage that you could get as we do move into the next battle. Tropius here, Quagsire. Beautiful lead right here. Likely double grass in the back. Let's find out. There's one grass. Oh, they swapped into Roserade. Oh, man, they could have... They're going to come in with Tentacruel anyways. I think this is totally fine. They do need to watch out for the Leaf Storm, though. Or Solar Beam. It's going to be Leaf Storm, most likely. No, it's going to be the Weather Ball Shield Bait right there. And now this is where Leaf Storm is going to hit like a truck if it does land. I'm not sure if they had enough energy right there. I haven't been counting. But yeah, they do have enough. So they're going to go ahead and double shield here. Similar situation to the Lantern lead game, but not as deadly. And they can actually do a lot more damage with Scald in this matchup, which is why we're going to see back-to-back right here. Likely get one shield from the Quagsire, and we're probably going to see it decide to stay at around 50% HP. Yep. You see how much damage that did? The Shadow Tentacruel is going to put in some work. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a swap out again now into Gyarados, maybe. But no, they do get the debuff. They do swap in Tropius instead now, catching the charge move here. This is likely going to be Stone Edge or Sludge Bomb. Let's see, it is going to be the Stone Edge for super effective damage. Final Pokemon is going to be Empoleon right here. So they are ahead on energy, I think, and I believe they're going to win the race to the next Leaf Blade. But let's see what the Empoleon decides to do. This is going to be close. Empoleon, no, they do get to the Dropek in time. This is going to be enough damage. Wait, will it? Yeah, barely enough damage to KO the Tropius there. And then we will likely see Tentacruel come in. Yeah, they're going to come in with Tentacruel. Gyarados has to close this game out with Dragon Breath as they decide to go for Acid Spray, but unfortunately on charge attack priority here as the opponent now is able to get to the Dropek in time. Shadow Gyarados coming in looking to Dragon Breath down, and this game is literally going to come down to the race between charge moves of Quagsire and Dragon Breath of Gyarados. Dropek does land. Quagsire now coming in. Dragon Breath. Is it too powerful? Aqua Tail looking to be thrown here. This is going to be extremely close. One Mud Bomb or Aqua Tail from Quagsire is going to be enough. They do get the shield. Oh, they get it! They get it! Alright, Empoleon, how much health do you have remaining? Will the Shadow Gyarados be able to take it down? Quagsire is gone. Empoleon comes in and they get it. Shadow Gyarados is able to overcome, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright. Alright, that was one set. I believe we have two. I'm going to see if I can fast forward a bit. Here we go. All right, moving into the next battle, we have Tropius on the lead versus Tentacruel. So this is actually kind of a tough matchup, and we will see them go into the mirror, and that's because of the super effective damage. Now, this matchup right here, this is really nice because of it, because of the setup that you can do. What you're able to do here in this situation is the Scald. Oh, they let it go. Boom. See ya. Take and switch advantage right there. Not that they need it, I don't think, as the opponent is deciding to throw a charge move. Shadow Victory Bell getting one shot by a Scald as Acid Spray is going to land, and they're going to be able to get to the Scald in time. This is beautiful. Shadow Tentacruel coming in clutch here in the mid game. Will the Scald land? And it does! And gets the debuff there. This is beautiful. Gyarados now going to come in and look to Dragon Breath down. Double Grass in the back. I think we have a Tropius W right here, unless it's a Abomasnow. They decide to let the Acid Spray go through. Dragon Breath is going to be able to farm down. Tentacruel is gone. Final Pokemon is going to be Shadow Maul. I believe it's Shadow. It's hard to tell. Shadow Gyarados is, like, the flames are just all over the place. It's Mawile, though. Aqua Tail, it is Shadow Mawile. They swap into Tropius now, and this is going to be a very tough endgame, as what they ultimately need to do is they cleared the Acid Spray debuff there on the Shadow Gyarados, but they are taking super effective damage from Mawile, and its damage is ramping up with that power-up punch. So what we're likely going to see here in the endgame is a very close race between Fire Fang and Dragon Breath, both of which are resisted, but Mawile, once again, is gonna be likely outpacing in terms of damage because of the boosts from Power Up Punch. So Leaf Blade now gonna be getting the final shield. Shadow Gyarados looking to come in once the Tropius goes down. This is gonna be a race to Aqua Tail. Here we go. Oh, they get it in time. Oh, just before they go down, Shadow Gyarados is coming in clutch. Here's the Aqua Tail will land. Boom. See ya. Good game. That was a close one. That was a close one. All right. Moving into the next battle. Let's see how this one plays out. So far, so good. This team is, what is that? 5-1 so far. As we move into the next battle. Let's see who it is going to be against. Tropius on the lead versus Trevenant. Really nice lead right here. Air Slash is going to be putting in a lot of work for the Tropius, and we do see a Dewgong and another Tentacruel. Once again, a similar situation where they have to take hard switch. Well, actually, they don't have to, but they're going to probably opt to do that, and it may just be a Lantern in the back. So we're going to see an Acid Spray here from the Shadow Tentacruel, as this is going to be applying that debuff. Likely no shield here from the Dewgong. Most of them will never shield in this situation. There's really no need for them to shield because Scald still wouldn't KO. They will give up 2 shields, and now they're going to go for the aggressive farm down. And this is going to be really good for the Tentacruel to be able to apply. Oh, 2, 3. Oh, they're not going to make it. 4, 5. Yeah, they're not making it. The opponent now has the energy, so we might just see a shield right here, which is unfortunate. We do. Do they get the next one in time? They do. The back-to-back. The timing and the fast moves right there is perfect. This might just force shield number 2 here from the Dewgong. It doesn't. Trevenant now. No, Empoleon coming in. Okay, they have an opportunity in this game to win, as the Empoleon is able to get to the Drill Peck here in time, and they're throwing it right away, hoping to get rid of the Tentacruel. And then now Gyarados is going to be coming in, and this is looking to be a good game. Tropius is so tanky, it's going to be able to easily survive a Shadow Ball here from the Trevenant. So they're going to go ahead and let the Drill Peck, or they have to let it go through. No shields. We see a counter swap, and beautifully timed as the opponent swaps in as well. And this is where things get very interesting. Shadow Gyarados still has a lot of energy. Aerial Ace here gets no shielded from the Trevenant, and that's a great undercharge from the opponent. Why? The undercharge allows the Aerial Ace to do less damage, which in turn allows them to farm down to have more energy for Empoleon, so that they have the Leaf Blade ready to go. And this is going to be, I think it does force the final shield. If it doesn't, Dragon Breath might just win. Actually, no, Dragon Breath will not win this game. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Nope, Drill Peck going to be coming through, and that's going to be a good game. Unfortunately, you can't win them all. They're doing really well in their sets right here, but Drill Peck, boom. See ya, Gyarados. That is going to be a good battle. I think that's tough, is that mid-game matchup against Dugong. You really have to commit there. And unfortunately, they weren't able to get the full farm down, which is what they really needed in order to win that game. Because you needed that pressure on the back end like we saw against Lantern. All right, moving to the next battle. Tropius, Tentacruel on the lead. We're going to see that Shadow Tentacruel come out onto the field, start getting ahead on energy, and no Pokemon is swapping in just yet. This is a good tell that it is likely double grass in the back, and as so long as it's not a Abomasnow, they are looking pretty good with Tropius in those matchups as they go ahead and let the Scald go through. The opponent does swap in a Ferrothorn, so there's the first one. So now with this setup, I wouldn't be surprised if it is in fact Abomasnow, considering the Tentacruel lead. That added poison typing allows them to resist fighting type moves, so you can run a double grass backline weak to fighting. So they're going to go ahead and go for Scald here. It does land. That is beautiful and gets the attack debuff. And Tentacruel now forcing energy from Ferrothorn. This is aggressive here from the Tentacruel as they decide to let it go. Power Whip is going to be KOing. Tropius now going to come in, load up on energy, and this is a really good position to be in as that Tentacruel, I believe, swapped out without a lot of stored energy as Flash Cannon will land. And they're going to go ahead and look to fully farm down. Perfect. Tropius has a lot of energy now. And let's see if it's Abomasnow. No, it's not. It's going to be something weak to Tropius. Otherwise, it would have likely come in, as we do see the Leaf Blade come through. No shield just yet. This is obviously dangerous here, having 2 shields remaining basically for Gyarados and their final Pokemon. So it's ultimately going to come down to that matchup. They do get the shield. They swap out right away into Gyarados. Final Pokemon? We don't know. They decide to throw a charge move here. Likely going to be the Acid Spray that's going to apply that debuff. And then we will see the swap out. And it is going to be a Roserade in the back. Is that a Roserade with Leaf Blade? It is! They do get to the crunch in time, though. Beautifully timed here, as this is going to be doing a lot of neutral damage. They get the final shield and the debuff. Tropius now coming in. They have to aggressively farm down. Hopefully they can actually just shield once. I don't think we'll see a second Weather Ball right here. No, it's going to be, is it Poison Jab Fast Move? That's Poison Jab Fast Move. Sorry, I couldn't see with the Shadow on Gyarados. So let's go ahead and stop Weather Ball number 2. We do see the Tentacruel come in, so they do get to the Leaf Blade in time. And now Tropius has an opportunity to win this game. Boom! See ya! And that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right. So far, so good. As we move into the next battle, you guys are seeing the flexibility of this team and sometimes the commitment that you have to have in those mid-game matchups, especially against Dugong. Dugong is going to be a safe swap that you guys run into during this meta, and ultimately you got to handle it with Tentacruel, and you got to hope that you can fully farm it down, as we will see this battle start. Tropius, Galarian Weezing. This is such a tough Pokemon to face off against, as they will decide to stay in. They have to watch out for that overheat and extremely hard-hitting charge move, as the Fairy Wind is going to gain energy very quickly. So Tropius is going to go ahead and give up a shield. It is going to be the overheat. That's beautiful. The attack is now lowered on the Weezing as they decide to stay in, as we will see an Aerial Ace now come through. They do have an opportunity here. If the opponent is going to go ahead and go for another overheat, they might be able to catch it. Let's see. Charge move now coming through. Will they give up a shield? No, they're going to go ahead and let it go. If it's overheat, it is going to be, they are able to survive, and we do see a Pelipper swap in. So this Leaf Blade now is going to be putting some pressure on the shields, and we will likely see that Tentacruel swap in here. Yeah, the Tentacruel is going to go ahead and come in with Poison Jab. This is a beautiful situation for them, as the Galarian Weezing is completely out of energy. They can easily shield this potential Hurricane right here, which it is going to be the Hurricane. They have lots of energy on the back end, and a similar setup that we have seen with those Dugong safe swaps, where it doesn't matter if you lost switch, they're going to go ahead, or one switch, or lost shields, you one switch with energy, as the Acid Spray now is going to be no shielded. Final Pokemon is going to be Trevenant, and Acid Spray is going to be coming through. This makes Air Slash hit harder. This makes Dragon Breath hit harder. Shadow Tentacruel now is the set up Pokemon. Talk about an alley-oop here for the final game. Pick your poison. What do you want? Do you want Tropius and Air Slash, or do you want Shadow Gyarados and Dragon Breath? Here we go. They're going to come in with the Gyarados. Dragon Breath looking to shred. Charge move might be caught. They're looking for it. No, they do just get it farmed down completely, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the final battle here. Let's see what we have in front of us. This team has done actually very well. A wide variety of teams that we have seen them face off against. And ultimately, it's going to come down to this final battle. Tropius, Ferrothorn. Okay, likely double water in the back. Let's start considering what could be back there. Lanturns, probably going to be a good one. And Tentacruel, so they're going to come into the mirror. And this is dangerous. This is so dangerous because ultimately I think you need to soft lose this matchup. To be completely honest, you want to come out of here with shield advantage rather than switch advantage, because Ferrothorn with energy can still do well against the Tropius, and if there is in fact a Lantern back there, you're gonna need some energy on Tropius. So let's see how they decide to play this. Will they let this next charge move go through? No, they're going to go ahead and shield. It was the Scald, and now Tentacruel looking to go for a Scald of their own. If this lands, they do get switch advantage. Now, what that does for them is ultimately going to be seen by, and they do get the attack debuff as well, it's ultimately going to be seen by Pokemon number 3. And what is that going to be? Now, Ferrothorn's obviously going to come in and fast move down, and hopefully the Tentacruel, oh, it's going to be Empoleon. Oh man, they do get the aggressive farm down right there, and I think Tropius is the win condition, so Shadow Gyarados is going to go ahead and come in, but I think it's got to give up a shield, to be completely honest. No, they're going to go ahead and let it go. Oh, they threw a Hydro Cannon. What? Okay. The opponent decides to swap into Ferrothorn. Very curious why they didn't throw Dropek right there, as the Crunch does land, and Tropius now, and they get the debuff as well. That's so huge for the Tropius. And Empoleon is basically out of energy. Tropius in a fantastic position, only taking neutral from everything, even if it has Thunder. But it is going to be the Flash Cannon, as they do let that first one go through, and they are going for the aggressive farm down, and now they're going to go ahead and throw the Aerial Ace to get rid of Ferrothorn, undercharging it as well, hoping that it doesn't KO, but the opponent decides to shield, so now they can easily shield this next charge move, and if it is Flash Cannon, I think they get the full farm down here with Air Slash. It is Flash Cannon. Off to the races we go. Air Slash. Oh! They do get it in time. Empoleon now coming back in. Going to be facing off against not one, not two, but ultimately 3 Leaf Blades. First one gets the shield. Second one is going to be landing, and the third one is going to be the sweet, sweet knockout, as Leaf Blade right here. Oh, actually, they swap into Gyarados to clean it up. That is going to be a good game. Very well played. Overall, this team looked to be pretty strong. We saw it face off against a lot of tough lineups, and they piloted it very well. So, huge shout out to Nubboy9914. Thank you for sharing these battles. This team's actually looked pretty good. Shadow Gyarados did pretty well in these sets, but I think what really happened is the Tropius Tentacruel combination, or Shadow Tentacruel, really carried this team overall. But Shadow Gyarados was really nice to see. It had its moments in these battles. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.